Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have the fourth and final Casablanca Delta II in Glossy Black. This is the only one of the four that is not from 1986, rather 1992, so it's quite a ways later. This one did not come with blades when I got it, so I supplied some rosewood blades myself, which I think look quite nice on here. And because this one's from the 90s, it does have a 4.5 flywheel, and it did come with all 5 blade brackets. However, I decided to go with 4 blades because it matches the look of the other 3 better. And this one, unlike the first 3, was missing its crossbar. However, it did have its downrod and hang true, which are not being used here, but they are. I do have them. And the tag has quite a lot of scratches on it. And as you can see right here, here's a spot that the paint was chipped off very largely. I put touch-up paint on there to try and mask it. And there's another spot where the paint is chipped. This one overall is probably in the worst condition, as it has a lot of paint chips, and the bearings are quite possibly the worst on this one. And I have my suspicions that the capacitor might be failing. So anyways, we'll start it up. It's currently off now. Take it to low. Now sometimes this fan has a bit of a hard time starting up on low because the bearings are, because on top of the bearings being loud in this one, they're also really stiff on this one, because in the other 3 it seems that the bearings are loud but they're still kind of loose, if that makes sense. They're still kind of fluent despite the dry noise that they've accumulated. And as you can clearly see, that is a lot slower than what a Slumber 3 Casablanca low speed should be. Let's see if we can get it up to a more appropriate speed by using the old hand spin method. And you can already hear the bearings starting to complain. If you can get past the cosmetic wear and the bearing noise, it is still a really nice fan, but those do definitely weigh in the way of its overall presentation. And like the other 3, this one came from a hair salon that was closing down. Exactly what happened to the blades on this fan, I'm not sure. My hypothesis as to why this one is newer is because perhaps they originally had 4 from 86 and one of them crapped out early. Maybe like the flywheel broke or something and they replaced it with another Glossy Black Delta II. And this thing is already starting to slow down, so let's go up to medium. Either that or maybe they installed a 4th fan later on for some reason. Yeah, so low speed is a little flaky as it sometimes slows down, and whether that's because of a bad capacitor or because of bad bearings, I'm not entirely sure which. Apologies that the camera is refusing to focus. There we go. So that's medium. Very loud bearings. Also a little bit of a motor hum, but the speed is right and it is blowing decent air. And now we'll take it too high. And yes, I pulled that chain correctly. there is zero difference between the medium setting and the high setting, which is where my suspicion stems from that the capacitor is bad. Turn it off. And this one also has a very brief spin down time, which only adds to, the bad bearings, or is added from the bad bearings rather. But anyways, that's all I got. This is the fourth and final Casablanca Delta II in Glossy Black.